The roads are clear. There's no snow on the roads, but it's pretty slow going. There's a 2-hour delay, as I mentioned before, for schools, but people still got to go to work. And we just have to take it a little slower, take it a little longer to slow down, keep your distance, unlike this bonehead. See if I can zoom in on him. You want to keep your at least three seconds behind you, but people are like, just like this guy here, the Brinks truck going by. He's just flying by. I just don't get it. That brings me to a kind of a morning drive rant. It's about getting into a car wreck. And I remember in driver's ed school when I was your age or when I was a kid, we had to take driver's ed to drive. I mean, there was no way around it. Either you had to go to a private driver's ed class or you had to take it through the school. If you took it through the private driver's ed class, I think, well, I mean, you could do it in the summertime, and I think it was like 4 weeks long, maybe 6 weeks long, I can't remember. But it was definitely shorter than going through the school one. The school one was like half of the year. So everybody's like, oh, I'm taking private school. And it was expensive, but it wasn't out of reach. It was, I think, it was like $200 or $300, which was a lot of money, but it was doable. Anyway, whatever the cost is. In driver's ed, I remember them saying that there really are very few accidents on the road. There are really wrecks, because a lot of the wrecks are avoidable, and I agree. It's just like the negligent discharge versus accidental discharge. There really are no accidental discharges, just negligent ones. But I don't disagree that it's 100% negligent. I think sometimes, because it's a mechanical device, it will fail at the least opportune time, and even if your hand's not on, you know, the business end, they can explode sideways and hurt your hand or other parts of your body. So in that case, it is an accidental discharge that causes injury. Anyway, but with wrecks, when you get in a wreck, it's not just, oh, well, I hope you have insurance, and I hope I have insurance, and the insurance company will fix it, and we're on our way again, and life is good, right? Well, I just hit a deer. Not just hit a deer, but I recently hit a deer, and it's a pain, even if you have insurance, knowing you have insurance that'll pay for the repairs. So I had to call the insurance adjuster, so I had to drive around with, and luckily my car was drivable. If your car's not drivable, you got to do something right away. You got to get another ride so you can get to work. So anyway, I got to get an insurance adjuster to come out, schedule that, be available, or either, you know, luckily I work where they can come and I can be out there with them to either open the car for them or whatever. Otherwise, you have to take off work, have the insurance adjuster come by, or schedule a weekend. So you got to be around the weekend waiting for the insurance adjuster, like the cable guy. So that's one hurdle. And then you got your deductible. So even though you have insurance, you're not free and clear. You still got that deductible. And luckily, I had a lower deductible. Some deductibles, you might as well get a new car. Now, if it was somebody else's fault, you can sue them. You know, there is no deductible. They're the ones paying for it. But still, you have to go through the whole rigmarole of the insurance adjuster. You know, and I haven't I haven't gotten to the repair cycle yet. So you get the car looked at, they say, okay, it's gonna cost this much to repair, and then you have to find a repair shop. I don't know about you, but I don't know, I don't often go to a repair shop. So you gotta find one, hopefully they're reputable. Luckily I have. I mean, everything happened right for me, but it's still a pain. So I take it to the repair shop, it's a week. So I gotta get a rental car. That's another thing, I have to wait for either to get dropped off at a rental car place or have them come pick me up to get the rental car. Let me put my flashers on. It is treacherous out here. I'll keep running my yap. So I got my flashers. Why is this zoomed in? There. But you take your car to the shop, you're driving a rental car, you have to be careful with the rental car because even because it's a rental, you have to be careful with it. Either that or you have to pay for the insurance on a rental car. So you got that, and then if you don't have a credit card, chances are you're probably not gonna be able to rent the rental car because they want assurance that you can pay for it, or somebody's gonna pay for the car if you wreck it. So then that's, you know, that's another headache. And then after your car's finished getting repaired, you go pick it up, and like me, I found that something else was broken. They broke my radio antenna. So I gotta take it back, which I haven't yet. It's been months. And of course you see the weather, it's not, ooh, sliding. And so you gotta go deal with that. And if you have to take the rental car back, that's another headache you gotta do. So all that is your time. And even though, yes, it's somebody else's fault and you're in the right, you're still, you know, you're still out the deductible if it's either your fault or if it's if they didn't have insurance. And you, yes, it's the law, you have to have insurance here. And then if you get injured, that's another snag. So I do my best to avoid a wreck at all costs. Even though I am in the right, if I see somebody trying to merge on and they're dangerous, I will do my best to avoid them, not just like plow into them and say, oh, well, it's your fault. Because nobody wins in a wreck. I heard a story or kind of a little idiom where going to court, nobody wins. It's either, you know, if you win, you pay $100. If you lose, you pay $500. Which do you choose, you know? That's the way it is with car wrecks. If you win, you're out, you're deductible, and a lot of pain if you get injured. But if you lose, you got the pain and you got to pay somebody else's repair along with your own repairs. So be careful out there. Be extra careful. It's not worth it. That's why I drive like an old lady. Just like right now, I am driving 40 miles an hour. And I'm keeping a good distance from everybody else. So let me get over to where it's a little bit clearer. There. So that's my rant on safety. And yes, I'm going to see comments, oh, you're not being safe filming. No, one, I'm not filming, I'm recording. There's no film in this camera. Ha! And two, I'm going like 20 miles under the speed limit. And there's hardly anybody around me. And three, I'm holding a camera in my hand and talking. I don't know how that's less safe than, say, talking to somebody in the car and holding a sandwich or something. There's no viewfinder. Well, there's a viewfinder, but I'm not looking at the viewfinder. I'm just kind of holding it in my hand. So I might even cut this part out because it's so ridiculous. But whatever. Stay safe out there, folks. Stay warm. Stay safe. Try to have a good day. See you later.